Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How's everyone doing? So I found my new favorite thing, and that is Google Assistant reading out loud Arabic messages. It's hilarious and it's fun. Sadly, I cannot show you an example of it because the message that I read was like a message between me and my friend. It did the monotone and Arabic. If you're familiar with the Arabic language, Arabic language is very emotional. Like you can get from certain words, it can sound very happy or sound very angry. And reading an upbeat message in a monotone is pretty much interesting. It's very interesting. But yeah, so I found my new favorite thing. Also wanted to talk about appreciation and again about keeping there's a saying we have in the UAE, and the saying in the UAE back when I was in the UAE was, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And if you tell people, if you constantly rat on people, constantly snitch on people, that is a you problem and not a their problem. And in the end, it is going to bite you. And I wanted to talk about these two things, plus the whole like Google Assistant / Siri reading Arabic. But the reason why I wanted to talk about these two things is the world is filled with a lot of horrible things. I mean, you just open the news and you will hear this thing increase. The prices have increased. There is a war in this area. There is famine in that area. And it's all, as I can say, like all of it is bad news. That is what travels faster. Bad news tends to travel faster than good news. And when there is good news, most probably the good news has to be something substantially good, like when the COP27 happened and all the outlets started talking about climate change, and then as usual everything died, because that's kind of how it is with humans tend to stick more to negative emotions and negative experiences tend to resonate much more than positive emotions. Positive emotions tend to actually go more deeper. Like if you really want to sit down and think about it, if there is a scent that you smelled, or there's somebody who had a very positive impact on you, you remember them. One of the stories that I normally tell people is I still remember my first manager in Dubai, and I still remember my favorite teacher in school, in high school, and how he used to teach us, because he had a very interesting way of teaching. He was a phenomenal teacher. Absolutely loved the guy. And he did not shy away from giving us some really tough questions. Never shied away of helping, never shied away of trying to experimenting. His thing was, sorry about that, and his thing was all about experimentation, all about knowing other things and knowing other people. That was his thing. His thing was experimenting. And I'll give you an example of how experimental he was. We had a student who absolutely hated school, but if you asked him about racing, especially race cars, he knew all of them. He knew who Michael Schumacher was, he knew the Formula 1 races, he knew NASCAR. This guy was like an encyclopedia of race cars. So Mr. Julie, who was our math teacher, sat down, and at one of our classes he was explaining the concept of he was explaining word problems, and and one of the word problems basically was a distance problem. So if somebody was traveling, if I'm traveling, me and this car are traveling in the same distances, we're always going to keep the same distance, but if I speed up or slow her down, how much distance will that change? And he's doing the word problem, and then he looks at the kid and he goes like, so if Michael Schumacher is in Formula One, he's driving in this speed, and I forgot who the other person was, but it was another racer, and he was another racer, and he was like, and this racer was driving this much, and the distance between them is this much. The kid instantly was like, oh, if this person actually increases his speed by this and became this one, he's going to be catching up to Michael Schumacher if Schumacher still continues within the same distances and within the same speed. But if Schumacher and they both increase, then the distances is going to be changing. And he started like solving different like word problems just by that one question. That one question. And it takes talent. It takes a phenomenal talent to be able to get like this one and experience. Had the same problem with another kid who was a soccer fanatic, and taught him literally told him the golden ratios through soccer. So, and the reason why I say this one is because sometimes appreciation does not mean that you get like somebody telling you thank you. Oh no, it's something like this, where your students or the people that you impact remember you, and they remember you fondly. They remember everything. I still remember the last lesson he gave us. The last lesson he gave us, he literally took out an Algebra 2 college book and a calculus college book, and both literally had like they're like calculus. I still remember the Algebra 2 and calculus. It was calculus 1, college calculus, but it's college calculus, and we were grade 10. We were not like the masters of like our like thing. But he went up and he put it on the desk, and he goes like, if anyone ever tells you that you're idiots, you guys are geniuses and you just don't know it. Stuck with us the entire time. No matter, like, if I feel bad or I feel something or feel down or I feel like something is going bad, I always think about this one. I always think about what he said, and I'm like, yeah. I actually did a grade 10. I did college calculus and college algebra in grade 10. Pretty much, I think I still have some really nice, like, mind going on there. But yeah, that's what appreciation is. It's not about, like, some people have appreciation, they take it from monetary. Other people take it from, like, appreciation that they take it from, like multiple things. But that's true appreciation. And if you are a manager and you get that to your employees, you have them reach the point, which is what Rhonda did. Rhonda was the same thing as Shuni in her methods, because she was very much hand-on. And if you do that, if you're able to do that, able to get that done, you're going to have a very wonderful time at work. And you're going to be able to change an almost impossible case, impossible mess, and you're going to change it to your favor. So just remember that, okay? Anyways, bye-bye.